Yes, we do. Larry Brown, followed by Joan Yakabone.
Good evening, Larry Brown, 27528 Country Glen Road. A 37-year veteran of local government recently felt the need to remind you that you have already been compared to the city of Bell. She also implied that you have gratuitously allowed staff and council to make your decisions for you. This appears to me to be true, and I would add that we are talking about a well-paid staff who, in an effort to avoid mistakes, does as little as possible. There is a group of former mayors in Agoura Hills who have started a blog. These are folks who, in my opinion, cling to parliamentary procedure to a fault and avoid controversy like the plague, even though they are not running for anything. And yet, even a member of this group stated on the record that this council has dropped the ball on several occasions. The annexation being only the latest. I think that's a little like saying Jeffrey Dahmer isn't a vegetarian. Last time you had the pleasure of my company, I spoke of a city attorney who hyperventilated at the thought of actually fighting and winning a case, as if capitulation when threatened is the only option. Councilman Weber, you called me personally quite a while ago and asked me to speak to Mr. Armbruster, who represents the man who wants to become Spirant's landlord. The inference was pretty clear that you wanted me to lean on my fellow residents of Liberty Canyon to loosen restrictions on his building, which you viewed as excessive. I think you forgot that I'm an old hippie who thinks the little guys have rights too. In light of recent developments, I now wonder why advancing the goals of Calabasas while ignoring the goals of Agoura Hills was your concern, and if you expect others to believe there's no quid pro quo here either. I sincerely hope you are not ready to play ball with Calabasas, who stabbed our city in the back during the Heschel hearings. At best, you seem to have given little thought to throwing your own citizens in Liberty Canyon under the bus. It is painfully clear that you don't listen to your own constituents anymore, least of all my angry tirades. I am not surprised. Nonetheless, I believe this council has become everything that principled people find repugnant about government. You are going to do what you're going to do regardless of our input. I hope the end result will not be precisely what I and others have spoken about, the product of an apathetic staff who keeps its head down, lawyers who consistently take the path of least resistance, and this council's ethical acumen or lack thereof. These chambers should be standing room only tonight with those who don't trust you, but they're not. The only bittersweet solace for me in all this is that those who are sitting at home doing nothing until it's too late and turning a blind eye to your dysfunction will get exactly what they deserve. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Joan Yakabone.